All right. Questions on the homework? If lines are going to be parallel, they need to have the same slope. Same slope. Can they have different y-intercepts? Hello. Parallel. This one crosses right here. This one crosses down here. But they're parallel. Same slope. All right. You can use the slope formula if it's just points. If it's a graph, I would just count. Any on the homework you'd like to ask about? What should you be careful of if you see a line written like number 5? What should you be careful of when you go to find the slope? Here, did you hear, Logan? To put it in slope-intercept form, right? Don't just look at it and say, I know the slope. Most people don't. All right, be careful. Any questions on the homework? All right, we'll collect those at the end. We're spending another day on this. Day 2 of 4-3. You have the notes in front of you. Do you know what perpendicular lines are? Is that familiar? Okay. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. My head is spinning this year because I'm teaching this stuff in my honors geometry class and in this class, and I forget when we did what. Have we done perpendicular slopes in this class before? Okay, thank you. All right, perpendicular slopes. First of all, perpendicular lines. Now, we're going to talk about their slopes, though. Now, the main thing you need to remember about this lesson, a couple things. One of them is that perpendicular lines are perpendicular if and only if their slopes are negative reciprocals. I say opposite reciprocals. Opposite reciprocals. Do you know those words? Be honest with me. Opposite reciprocals. Do you know what the word reciprocal means? Thank you for being honest. Okay. Here we go. 2/3. Its reciprocal is 3/2. Bless you. But those are not opposite reciprocals. Those are just reciprocals. To be opposite, one of those would need to be negative. Okay. Now they're opposite reciprocals. All right. Ready? 7/3. Luca, what do you think is the opposite reciprocal of 7/3? -3/7. Beautiful. -2. Logan. 1/2. I like it. Try to trick him, but do you see how -2 is really -2/1? And so when you make the reciprocal, it's 1/2, and then it's opposite. Ready to get really tricky? 1. Opposite reciprocal. Someone different. Ready? -1. Nailed it. Because 1 is 1/1. You flip it, it's still 1/1. This needs to be opposite. Are we good? Good? All right. So you'll notice these lines. Honestly, if you're looking to see if they're perpendicular, the only thing you're looking at is the M. The M. And you're saying, are those opposite reciprocals? And they are. So these would be perpendicular lines. What about this one? Ready? Perpendicular? No, because they're not opposite, right? Yeah, I really don't like that they say negative reciprocals. Opposite. Say opposite. Okay? If one's positive, the other one has to be negative, and vice versa. Let's do some examples. Now, parallel lines, you should know parallel lines have the same slope. Yes? So let's do these 3. Well, I like this one. It's in slope-intercept form. It's ready to go. What's its slope? Let's go with Samara. What's its slope? not for x, but just 4, right? That the m is 4. Dorian, what do you think? What about line B? Do we know its slope yet?
No.
What do we have to do?
Subtract the x.
Yeah. So 4y equals, and I like to put the x first, negative x plus 3.
Yes.
And then divide by
4.
all the parts get divided by 4. Y equals negative 1/4 x plus 3/4. So what happened there was that x has a negative 1 in front of it, right? You see the x has a negative 1 in front of it? So we just understand to put that 1 up top. The x goes next to it, and that helps you see what the slope is. Make sense, Mary? Got that one? Let's not answer the question yet. Let's finish off the last one. Corbin, help me out on this one. Is it in slope-intercept form?
No.
No. Do you know what slope-intercept form is?
Yeah. Nx plus b.
Good. So y has to be solved for, x written first, and then the b written second. So we're going to add 8y to both sides. Nope, I lied. Add 2x to both sides. Negative 8y equals 2x plus 16. And then divide by negative 8. Always reduce. Y equals. Take a minute, reduce the right side on your own. Reduce the right side. Your calculator should be out. Ready to go. No no decimals. Write it as a fraction. Gavin, what'd you get for the x term? What does that reduce to?
Would it be negative 4?
Does 8 go into 2 4 times?
No.
So what would it be? Not negative 4, but negative
2.
So let's reduce 2 over negative 8. What's the GCF of 2 and 8? Greatest common 2, right? 2 is 2 times 1. 8, negative 8, is negative 4 times 2, right? Don't the 2's cancel?
So it's negative 1/4.
Negative 1/4. So what you should be if you thought negative 4 at first, which a lot of people do. Here's what you should be thinking after that. Does 8 go into 2 4 times? No, 8 goes into 2 a fourth of a time, right? Like this reduces to 1/4. So negative 1/4. Where does the negative go? I put it in front. You could put it up top. You could put it on the bottom. Do not put it both. And what's 16 over negative 8? Gavin, what would that be?
Negative 2.
Negative 2, good. Could you guys do that? At this point, if you can't do that, you need to ask questions. Okay, we've been doing this for a little while. Be very careful, but confident. Should be able to do that. Well. It's time to go back and look at the slopes because all we need to know about parallel or perpendicular are the slopes. Parallel, same slope. Perpendicular, opposite reciprocal. Well, the slope of this red one Let's go with Matthew. What's the slope of the red one?
Would be negative 1/4.
Negative 1/4. What was the last thing you said? Was that it?
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say something else.
Sorry.
Vince, what's the slope of the last problem? The blue one. Yep. Time to classify. Time to determine which ones are which. Well, A is, let's go with Ethan. Help me out. A has a slope of 4. Line A. Line A has a slope of 4. How does it compare to those two?
That one's 4, 1, negative 1.
Yeah. So they are.
Parallel slope. B and C are parallel.
I like it.
A is
2.
B.
Yeah, A is perpendicular to B. A is perpendicular to C. And B and C, B is parallel to C. You guys good with that? Have you learned the symbols for perpendicular and parallel?
No, perpendicular.
If you wanted to write this one another way, you could put A is perpendicular to B. That's the symbol for perpendicular. If you want to learn something new and fancy, you don't have to worry about writing a long word, perpendicular. So we could also write A is perpendicular to C, and B is parallel to C. Have you seen the parallel symbol before? So you just have to compare the slopes. Compare the slopes. Ooh. What's different about these ones? Well, they didn't give us the equations. They just gave us 2 points. We're going to have to use the slope formula to find the slopes. We got this. Here's what I do. Don't we use the letter M for slope? Here's what I do. I'm doing 3 different slopes, so I'm going to put M with a little a down and to the right. That's a subscript. A little b down and to the right, and a little c down and to the right. That because I don't want to get my 3 M's confused, so I label them with little subscripts so I can keep it straight. Well, the slope formula has subtraction in the numerator, subtraction in the denominator. We have an x1, y1. We have an x2, y2. You guys remember the slope formula? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Jonathan, help me out with the top one.
It'd be 1 minus 3. Right? 3 minus
Let's do 3 minus 1. It doesn't matter, but we call that one. The formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's do that one first.
And then it'd be 0 minus negative 2.
Good. Minus the negative is going to be plus, so 3 minus 1 is what? Jonathan? Over? 2, which is?
2. Or 1.
1. Evan, help me out with this one.
4 minus 1,
Good.
then 6 minus 4,
Good. Finish it off. 4 minus 1 is?
3,
6 minus 4 is? Reduced? Okay, 3/2 is reduced, right? What's up? 3 over 2 is reduced, isn't it? Supposed to leave it as 3 over 2. Alexis. Let's do the last one. What's 1 minus 3? Good. 4 minus 1? Is A parallel to B or C? No. Is A perpendicular to B or C? Which one, Brady?
Perpendicular.
Which one?
A, B, and C. They're all perpendicular.
What's A? What's the slope of A?
1.
Is 1 the same?
Negative 1.
Is 1 perpendicular to 3 over 2?
Yes.
How?
No. Wait.
It's one of those. It's not wait, it's yes or no.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I agree. Fair. B and C are perpendicular. That's right. B is perpendicular to C. And what would your reason be? They have
It's just the same thing, flip, and it's one negative,
so what do we call that?
reciprocal or opposite.
Opposite reciprocal. Good. Opposite reciprocal slopes. You're gonna hear that forever in your math career. Forever. All right. Not so bad, right? All right, right? An equation of the line that passes through -3, 1 and is perpendicular to the line y equals 1/2 x plus 3. I know it's Friday. I know you guys are tired. Okay. But I will tell you what, this is something students struggle with a lot. And I want to make it as clear as possible. So we can't have any interruptions. Oh, wait, my phone.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Matt. Thank you. Oh. Oh my gosh, I understand. Yes. And I've only seen him one day. He's not with us. Let me check my. You know what? I'm not sure. Like Parker usually does it. If he hasn't been added to the scene chart, he might not be showing up in my list. So let me just make sure if he's been added. And then. Gotcha. He is not here. He is not here. Yep. Yep, thanks. Was Michael here yesterday? Yeah. Okay. All right. What I was saying was this is something that gets missed a lot, and it doesn't need to be. How do we write equations of lines? There's a couple ways we can do it. We have a couple forms we can write them in. Option 1. Go ahead. You don't have to raise your hand. Point slope form. When is that? Do you guys, I don't know if you know this or not. Do you know when that's nice? When is that nice?
No.
Why now? Well, option B is called slope intercept form. Let's put it this way. When is that one nice? When you have the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, perpendicular to this line. Well, I can find the perpendicular slope pretty easily, right? And that's my point, -3, 1. Here's what you should ask yourself. Is that the y-intercept? No. So which form would be more difficult? Point slope, right? Now, oh, did I say point slope?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Slope intercept would be more difficult. We want to use point slope. What does point slope require? A point and a slope. Does it matter what the point is? No. So we have a point and we can find the slope. Now be careful. What's the slope of the line they gave us? It's 1/2 is the one they gave us, right? Ours is going to be perpendicular to that line. So our slope is going to be not 1/2, that would be parallel. -2. -2. You could put -2 over 1 if it really makes you happy right now. And our point is -3, 1. So I'm going to use point slope form for this one. Okay. Point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this is kind of like a little formula. So we're going to plug some stuff in. We have y minus something equals something times x minus something. It's a little formula for us. So what was our y1? Y1 goes here. What was our y1 in this problem? 1. What is our slope for this new line? -2. Good. And what's our x1?
+3.
Our x1 is -3, but you're right. It's going to end up being +3 after we subtract the negative. So our line is y minus 1 equals -2 times x plus 3. That is it in point slope form. Mr. Westfall, am I going to need to put that into y-intercept form or slope-intercept form? You could. But did it tell us to do that? Or did it just say write an equation of a line? Write an equation of a line. Isn't that the equation of a line? What would you have to do if you wanted to put it in slope-intercept form? Right.
Multiply -2 to +3.
Yeah. To x and a +3, right? So y minus 1 equals -2x minus 6. Well, good morning. Add the 1. -2x minus 5. -2x minus 5. Give a pass for me.
Yes, it's on your calculus book. From the unit scale.
Yes.
Let me think about it. Questions on that? All right, you guys try this one. Yeah, I guess I do want you to bring me the pass. Lundberg. Is that Lundberg?
Yeah, Lundy.
What were you doing?
Finishing up with this.
Is it hard?
Well, if you didn't study a little bit, especially the definition.
Okay then.
I was
What should we be careful of here on this problem? Saturate.
You gotta put the line AX into the line intercept form.
Yeah, to get its.
So
Yeah. You guys see that?
Yeah.
The line and slope intercept form to get its slope.
No, I was subtracting, I added the y.
Well, did you do it? Did you add the line? Yeah, software.
That's your white.
How many of you got that? Ooh, about half. Where did we mess up? Be honest with me. Own it. Embrace it. Huh?
Why is it -1?
Well, their line had a slope of 4, right? They want us to write one that's perpendicular to that. It has to have the opposite reciprocal slope. So our slope is -1/4. Got it? Please, other mistakes, please own up to it. It's okay. I just need to see where you're missing it. Did you solve the red one okay? Did you solve it? Did you get its slope okay? And then did you get the opposite reciprocal slope okay? This is for people who missed. Is that where you went wrong? Matthew.
What is it? Is it? Oh, never mind. I
You good, Matthew?
Yes, I actually had it in. I don't know, actually divided by this one into negative.
Yeah, so that's another mistake I saw on the last test or whatever quiz. I forget what it was. When you subtract 8x, do you guys agree this -2 is still with the y, right? Be careful there. How do we feel about this? It's almost like we need some practice. You agree? I'm gonna give you guys class time to do your homework. Just a few problems. Yes, Aaliyah.
Did I leave my lunchbox in there? It was a green lunchbox.
You didn't have one.
No.
I was not here yesterday.
I'm sorry.
I'll take the homework solutions. Huh? How about I do that right now?